People buy the story, they buy the line. Sometimes these individuals that are on the other end of the communication device are not rational and they are capable of killing. It's not just a matter of being disappointed or heartbroken, it's a matter of life and death.
Today, we bring you a story that highlights the darker side of relationships. The tragic tale of Kayla Kelley, a young woman whose life was cut short by a man she once trusted. This heart-wrenching incident not only sheds light on the devastating consequences of dating violence, but also serves as a grim reminder of the rising rate of femicide in the United States. Kayla's story is an example of the dangers that can arise in romantic relationships. Her discovery of a man she was dating, marital status, led to an attempt at blackmail, a desperate act that unfortunately led to her untimely murder. Welcome to American Crime, Femicide Channel. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. On April 15, 1989, in Huntsville, Alabama, Kayla Kelley came into the world. Completing her education at Charles Henderson High School in 2007, she furthered her studies, achieving a B.S. in Information Systems from Athens State University by 2012. Relocating to McKinney, Texas, Kayla swiftly secured a position at Raytheon, where her exceptional performance became evident. Over time, she climbed the ranks within the company, eventually attaining a management position. Kayla's essence was that of an extroverted soul, as described by her close-knit circle of family and friends. Her spirit radiated freedom, and her heart overflowed with affection for others. Among her affections, a significant portion was reserved for her faithful companion, Chili, a puppy she cherished. Moreover, Kayla found delight in selecting gifts for her loved ones and adorning her living space. Kayla gifted her perspective generously, ensuring that her stance on matters was always transparent, leaving no room for ambiguity. During the summer of 2022, Kayla embarked on a romantic journey with Kevin Brown, an individual she encountered on a dating website. As their relationship blossomed, Kayla couldn't shake a persistent feeling that something was amiss. Kevin's behavior raised red flags. He only ventured out at specific times, kept his home off limits, and displayed discomfort around other women. After months of uncertainty, Kayla's suspicions were validated. She unearthed a trail of lies that led to a face not named Kevin Brown, but Ocastor Ferguson. Beneath the facade was a man entangled in a web of secrets that were darker and more sinister than she could have imagined. Even more alarming was the revelation that Ocastor Ferguson, also known as Kevin Brown, was entangled in a marriage, exposing a disturbing layer of deception. The revelation that Ocastor had fabricated his name and marital status left Kayla in a state of shock. The sense of betrayal ran deep, igniting a desire for vengeance. Despite sharing her anguish with friends and family, they distanced themselves from the situation, refusing to be entangled in the web of deceit. Fueled by hurt and anger, Kayla hatched a plan to exert control over Kevin, also known as Ocastor. Threatening to expose his lies to his wife, she aimed to make him yield to her demands. However, Ocastor was not about to let his carefully constructed life unravel. The stakes were too high, his marriage and reputation hung in the balance. The events took a sinister turn on January 11, 2023, when Kayla's disappearance became a troubling reality. As the investigation unfolded, the spotlight turned toward Kevin, or Ocastor, who emerged as the primary suspect in this chilling puzzle of deceit, betrayal, and a life that had taken a harrowing turn.
Friends are the ones who told Collin County deputies that Kelley had a boyfriend at the time of her disappearance, and she had just recently became upset because she found out that he was married. Now, the suspect is still in jail tonight, but he told investigators and admitted that he used a fake name when he talked to Kelley. He also told investigators that they had been dating for at least 6 months, but would not disclose where she could be.
Tuesday, investigators were spotted searching a field across from missing 33-year-old Kayla Kelley's McKinney home. The pair went on to comb through a creek nearby and then a densely wooded private road. It's not confirmed the investigators were out looking for Kelley, but it's still a mystery where she may be. An arrest affidavit obtained by Fox 4 on Tuesday reveals an illicit affair between Kelley and Ocastor Ferguson right before she disappeared. According to investigators, Kelley only recently found out Ferguson was married, and he never even told her his real name. January 11th, Kelley's friends and coworkers reported her missing to the Collin County Sheriff's Office after not hearing from her for several days. The next day, January 12th, Frisco police located Kelley's vehicle on a deserted county road in Frisco. According to investigators, the car had been burned beyond recognition, and the incident was not consistent with a natural fire. Deputies then went to Kelley's McKinney duplex for a welfare check. Kelley was not home, but her dog was, and it didn't have any food or water. Detectives then went through Kelley's phone records, pointing them to conversations with Ocastor Ferguson, who went by the name Kevin Brown. They later found his Lexus parked near Kelley's home, and according to court records, a search warrant was conducted on the vehicle, and gloves, duct tape, and a blanket were inside. On January 13th, investigators showed up to Ferguson's workplace and they spoke to him. According to investigators, Ferguson admitted to knowing Kelley, and the last time he saw her was Tuesday, January 10th, when she dropped him off for work around noon. That statement matched evidence collected from cell phone records. Ferguson claimed his car was at Kelley's house because he was hiding it from his wife, and he allowed deputies to look through his phone. There, they saw text conversations where she threatened to tell his wife about the affair. Investigators say he also admitted he lied to Kelley about his name since they started dating last summer to keep from getting caught. Ferguson's wife was interviewed, and she told detectives she got a text message from an unknown number advising they needed to tell her something. She said she never responded, and when detectives asked to see her phone, it was broken. Monday, we visited the Grand Prairie home shared by Ferguson and his wife, but there was no answer. Eventually, investigators collected evidence placing Ferguson in the general area where Kelley's burned car was found, but he denied being in that area and wouldn't tell them where Kelley was. He was placed in custody, charged with kidnapping. His bond is $1 million.
We also learned today through public records that Ferguson is not a U.S. citizen. He is listed as a Jamaican citizen. However, his immigration status in the United States is unclear right now. Also, according to his booking information, his only visitor is his wife.
A week after being reported missing, Kayla's body was discovered near Ferguson's home.
A grisly discovery in Grand Prairie.
I seen the rangers and dogs.
The final piece in the puzzle of Kayla Kelley's disappearance.
It looks like it led up to here.
The 33-year-old found in a shallow grave just minutes from the home of the man charged with kidnapping her. That man, Ocastor Ferguson.
It's an absolute tragedy, her death.
Investigators tracked Ferguson's phone to that area and jailed him on kidnapping charges days ago, but Kelley still missing. That is until she was found here. Investigators not revealing what led them to this wooded area.
More details emerged after the discovery of Kelley's body.
It is on this road where court documents say 32-year-old Ocastor Ferguson dumped Kayla Kelley's vehicle and set it on fire. Court records obtained by Fox 4 Friday for the arson charge say Ferguson obtained a lighter and a gas can on January 10, 2023 during the day. A separate set of court records say Kelley's phone was last used that night at 6:59 p.m. The last location of her phone was in the area of Ferguson's work in the Dallas area. Records say he stated he was with Kelley on January 10th and went to her residence after she picked him up from work around 11 o'clock. Even though phone records suggest he went to his residence in Grand Prairie before heading to Kelley's. NTTA records show Kelley's vehicle traveled north on the North Dallas Tollway into North Frisco in the early morning hours. Investigators say cell phone records put Ferguson in the area of Kelley's burned vehicle, and that surveillance footage shows smoke in the early morning hours. Records then say Ferguson got a ride home from a rideshare service back to his home in Grand Prairie. A witness eventually reported the burned vehicle was found on the 12th, one day after Kelley was reported missing. Crews discovered Kelley's body Wednesday in a shallow grave not far from Ferguson's Grand Prairie home.
As of today, Ocastor Ferguson is still being held on a $1 million bond. The medical examiner has not released Kayla's cause of death. Kelley's story is a stark reminder that behind the shadows of seemingly ordinary lives, unimaginable horrors can lurk. As we reflect on her life and the countless others lost to femicide, let us stand together, voice our concerns, and work towards a future where every individual can live free from fear. Let Kayla's story be a catalyst for change, a symbol of the need for open conversations about dating violence and the importance of fostering healthy relationships built on trust and respect. Let us remember Kayla Kelley and all those who have suffered similar fates, as we strive for a safer, more compassionate world. May Kayla's memory inspire change, and may we all strive to unveil the shadows that threaten the safety and dignity of women everywhere. Rest in peace, Kayla Kelley.